Hello students. Today we are going to start on the third chapter of Geography, Weather and Climate. This chapter is divided into two parts. Today we will discuss about the first part of this chapter. What is weather? How weather affects us? What is climate? How climate affects us? Weather elements and their observation, temperature and isotherms. Let's come to the first point. What is weather? Every day you can read the weather forecast in the newspaper or hear it on TV or radio. It tells you what the weather will be like for the next 24 hours or maybe for the next few days. Definition of weather. Weather is the state of the atmosphere at a particular place at a particular time. It includes information on the air atmosphere, air pressure, humidity, wind speed and direction, amount of rain or snowfall and condition of the sky. The weather may change within a very short time. For example, it may be dry and sunny on one day and cloudy and rainy the very next day. Even on the same day, it may rain for a few hours and then become sunny again. Also, weather relates to a small area. For example, there may be bright sunshine in your town while it is rainy heavily in other town a few kilometers away. How weather affects us? Weather influences our daily lives. For example, you take your raincoat to school on a rainy day. On a foggy day, you expect trains to run late. And if there is a storm warning, fishermen do not go out to sea and flight timings may be changed. Information about the weather is very useful. It enables us to take precautions against bad weather. Now, what is climate? Climate is the average weather or the regular pattern of weather conditions at a place over a long period. Usually, the climate of a place is described on the basis of weather information collected at the place over a period of 30 to 35 years. Climatic changes are very slow. So, climate remains more or less unchanged over long periods of time. For example, in India it is hot and wet in June every year. Climate relates to fairly large areas. Geographers have divided the world into a few large zones, each with a particular type of climate. Such zones are called climatic zones. Next slide, we can see what are the difference between weather and climate. Weather, it is the state of the atmosphere at a particular place at a particular time. It may change within a very short time. It relates to a small area. Climate, it is the regular pattern of weather conditions at a place over a long period. It remains unchanged over long periods of time. It relates to a fairly large area. Next, how climate affects us. Climate affects our lives in various ways. For example, it determines what kind of clothes we wear. In regions closer to the poles, people wear heavy woolen clothes to keep themselves warm. In the tropical regions, people wear light, loose clothes to keep themselves cool. In regions having a distinct summer and winter season, there is a seasonal change in dressing style. Can you guess why South Asians are mainly rice eaters and Europeans are mainly wheat eaters? It is because the hot, wet climate of South Asia favors rice cultivation and the cooler, drier climate of Europe favors wheat cultivation. Thus, climate determines what crops we grow and what we eat. Sometimes, climate influences the designs of our houses. In wet or snowy regions, houses have sloping roofs to prevent rainwater or snow from collecting on the rooftops. Climate also determines the kinds of plants and animals we see around us. For example, we are likely to see palm trees and mango trees in warm places, pine and fir trees in cold places, and cacti in hot deserts. And we usually see elephants in warm places, polar bears in the cold Arctic region, and camels in desert. Next is weather elements and their observation. The various elements of weather like temperature, pressure, rainfall, etc. are observed and measured with the help of different instruments. Let's learn how it is done. Temperature. Air temperature is a measure of how hot or cold the air is. Temperature is measured with the help of a thermometer. A thermometer is generally a narrow glass tube filled with a liquid. The most commonly used liquids are mercury and alcohol. These liquids expand much more than glass when the temperature rises and contract much more than glass when the temperature falls. Also, these liquids do not stick to the wall of the glass tube. Hence, they rise and fall in a thermometer's tube according to the rise and fall in air temperature. The glass tube is graduated, marked at regular intervals so that the level of the liquid can be measured. The freezing and boiling points of water are taken as the reference points for graduating the tube. The two most commonly used scales for the measurement of temperature are the Celsius and Fahrenheit scales. The scales have been named after the two scientists who invented them. The units on the two scales are written as degree C and degree F respectively. The Celsius scale is also called the centigrade scale. On this scale, the freezing point of water is taken as 0 degree, while its boiling point is taken as 100 degree. On the Fahrenheit scale, the freezing point of water is 32 degree, while its boiling point is 212 degree. In our country, like in most others, air temperature is recorded in the Celsius scale. The air temperature at any place changes through the day. A special type of thermometer is used to measure the maximum and minimum temperature during a day. It is called 6 maximum and minimum thermometer after its inventor. This thermometer is a U-shaped tube with a separate indicator marker in each limb. One indicator shows the maximum temperature and the other shows the minimum temperature. The mercury in the tube pushes the indicators upward till the maximum or minimum temperatures is reached. When the mercury column falls, the indicators stay in place. Thus, the maximum and minimum temperatures can be read later from the positions of the indicators. Maximum and minimum thermometer. When the temperature rises, the alcohol in the minimum reading limb expands and pushes the mercury below. The mercury pushes up the marker in the maximum reading limb. When the temperature falls, the alcohol contracts and the mercury rises in the minimum reading limb, pushing up the minimum reading marker. Now, what are the precautions we want to take while recording air temperature? While recording air temperature, we must not keep the thermometer in direct sunlight. This is because the temperature to be recorded is that of the air and not of the rays of the sun. We should therefore place the thermometer in shade at some height above the ground where there is free movement of air. Often we place the thermometer in a Stephenson screen. A Stephenson screen is a box made of wooden slates. The box is mounted on legs to keep it above the ground. The slates allow air to circulate through the box without letting in direct sunlight. Next one is mean temperature. The maximum and minimum temperatures recorded at a place on a particular day can be used to calculate that day's mean or average temperature. For example, suppose the maximum and minimum temperatures at a place on a certain day are 36 degrees Celsius and 24 degrees Celsius respectively. Divide the sum of these temperatures by 2. The result is 30 degrees Celsius, which is the mean temperature of the place on that day. How we can find mean monthly temperature? To find the mean monthly temperature for any month, we add up the daily mean temperatures for the whole month and divide the total by the number of days in that month. So, to find the mean temperature for the month of April, we add all the daily mean temperatures recorded from 1st April to 30 April and divide the total by 30. To find the mean annual temperature, we add the mean temperatures of all the months of the year and divide the total by 12. Next, a range of temperature. The difference between the maximum and minimum temperatures on a particular day gives the range of temperature on that day. This is called the diurnal or daily range of temperature. In the case mentioned here, it is 36 degrees Celsius minus 24 degrees Celsius is equal to 12 degrees Celsius. The difference between the maximum and minimum temperatures recorded during a month is called the monthly range of temperature. The difference between the mean temperatures of the hottest and the coldest months of a year is called annual range of temperature. Now next is regional variations in temperature. The temperature varies from place to place mainly due to variations in latitude, altitude and distance from the sea. What is latitude? Latitude is an angular distance of a place north or south of the Earth's equator. And what is altitude? Altitude is the height of an object or point in relation to sea level. The usual trends are as follows. First one, the higher the latitude of a place, the lower is its temperature. Second, the higher the altitude of a place, the lower is its temperature. Third, the greater the distance of a place from the sea, the higher is its range of temperature, both diurnal and annual. Students, now we are moving to the last point of this first part, that is isotherm. What is an isotherm? An isotherm is a line drawn on a map of the Earth's surface to join places where the temperature at sea level is the same at a given time. Here you can see a world map showing isotherms. The wavy blank lines are isotherms. Isotherms help us mark out regions having similar temperature patterns. Next, you have some exercise. Do it in your copy. Answer the following questions. First one, name 5 elements of weather. Second, name 2 scales used for measuring temperature. Third, distinguish between weather and climate. Fourth, how does climate affect us? Fifth, define isotherm. Thank you.